When banks failed overnight and trust in institutions collapsed, ordinary people were forced to become their own security systems. If you're serious about history and survival, this period offers some of the most practical lessons ever recorded. Before we begin, if this kind of grounded, no-nonsense historical survival knowledge is valuable to you, subscribe to Battlefield of Survival, like this video, and leave a comment with what topic you want covered next. Now let's get straight to the substance. People removed valuables from banks and decentralized their storage. During the early 1930s, thousands of banks shut their doors without warning, wiping out life savings. Those who still had assets quickly learned not to keep everything in one place. Cash, gold coins, jewelry, deeds and bonds were split and stored separately to reduce total loss. A family might keep some money hidden at home, some with a trusted relative, and some converted into goods. The practical lesson today is simple: never centralize critical assets. Whether it's cash, digital backups, or emergency supplies, separation increases resilience. Homes were modified to become concealment systems rather than storage spaces. People hid valuables inside walls, beneath floorboards, inside hollow table legs, under staircases, and behind removable bricks in fireplaces. These weren't random hiding spots. They were chosen because they blended into daily life and didn't look disturbed. A jar of cash buried beneath a coal bin or behind a false pantry wall survived burglaries precisely because thieves searched obvious places. Modern application follows the same logic. If you must hide something, integrate it into the structure of normal living, rather than relying on safes or containers that advertise value. Everyday objects were, often repurposed to disguise wealth. Valuables were concealed inside flour sacks, soap bars, children's toys, and even jars labelled with mundane contents. Some families went as far as sewing cash and gold coins into coat linings or mattress edges, since thieves tended to target furniture before clothing. Others, they hid jewellery inside jars of grease or lard, substances no one really wanted to touch. The principle here is misdirection. Items that appear low value or honestly just unpleasant attract less attention, a tactic still effective for safeguarding critical items discreetly. Barter goods, in many ways, became a form of protected wealth. Cash lost value quickly, but food, fuel, tools and skills held steady. Families protected their wealth by converting money into long-lasting goods like canned food, flour, sugar, sewing equipment, spare parts and livestock. These items were both usable and tradable. Storing value in tangible necessities, it reduced dependency on unstable currency. For modern survivalists, this really reinforces the importance of holding assets that retain usefulness regardless of economic conditions. Trust networks replaced formal security. Communities, quite simply, quietly protected one another. Valuables were sometimes hidden on a neighbour's property or exchanged temporarily among trusted families to reduce exposure. This wasn't charity, it was mutual survival. People knew who could be trusted, and those relationships mattered more than locks. Even today, building trusted local networks remains one of the strongest forms of security during instability. The Great Depression wasn't survived by luck alone. It was survived through practical concealment, decentralization, and disciplined thinking. These methods still apply because, human behavior hasn't changed. If this kind of grounded historical knowledge matters to you, subscribe to Battlefield of Survival. Share this with someone who values real preparedness and keep this knowledge alive.